Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I want to talk about energy transfer stock. Ticker symbol is ET. I noticed this stock because one day I was just looking at Ainvest and I saw some of the insiders are buying their stock, and one of them is from the executive of the company. So in both September and August, their internal executives are buying their own stocks. In the recent months, as there's severe weather condition in some places like Texas, and there's a discussion about the energy crisis, so I was very interested in this industry. So today I want to talk about some bulls and bears about energy transfer stock. Hope that will be helpful to you guys. So now let's get started. So in a short word, energy transfer company is a pipeline company that makes money by charging fees in the long-term contracts for moving the energy products from point A to point B. They also owns a large platform of crude oil, natural gas, and natural gas liquid assets, primarily in Texas and the US mid-continent region. They also have gathering and processing facilities, one of the largest fractionation facilities in the US, and fuel distribution. So if we look at the earnings segments by the company, we can see that their earnings are very diversified, can be divided into midstream, crude oil, interstate, NGL, intrastate, and others. So if we take a very broad look at this oil and gas industry, so there's mainly three different sectors in this ecosystem: the upstream, midstream, and downstream. The upstream companies is the oil and gas exploration, while the midstream company is for the transport and the storage of those oil and gas, and the downstream is a company for the distribution, is something like the gas station. So energy transfer is in the middle of the whole ecosystem. One of the advantage of this sector is that it has relatively stable cash flow. As we can see this EBITDA breakouts, most of its EBITDA comes from the fee-based earnings. That is by signing a contract with the upstream company. And those fees, although they are slightly correlated with the oil and the gas price, but they are relatively stable because they charge by how many energy they transferred in the system. So even though the oil price may be higher on the lower, they still need to pay for the transportation cost, if that make any sense to you. So I think the first bullish opinion about the stock is that as we are coming towards the winter, there would be more and more usage of energy that could not be supported by the new type of energy, like the new renewable energy. And we probably, in a lot of circumstances, still rely on the traditional fossil fuel energy. So that's why it will increase the demand of the energy as well as the transportation and the storage. And that brings the increasing demand and revenue to the company. Another bullish opinion about this stock is that because it has a very broad system in terms of its pipeline business in US, as we can see in this chart. Although this type of hard assets may be very asset heavy and it will create a high debt to the company, but it can also create a competitive advantage that other smaller companies cannot compare. So in the previous year, when the oil price has dropped to around $20 per barrel, that would create a lot of threats to other smaller competitors, but it actually has helped those big players to be bigger, as they have a large amount of infrastructure and have an overall advantage in terms of scale. And last but not least, I think the advantage of this stock is that currently the valuation is not that high. And according to the analysts from Morningstar, the fair value is $18.5. So that means the stock is at a 46% of discount. And plus, it has the dividend yield of around 6%. So the company has paid dividend in this August. That means it will pay the next dividend in next month. So I think in this month, I'm gonna get ready and buy some stock when the price comes to a reasonable range. However, there's also some bearish opinion about this stock. The first one is very obvious, it's the ESG concern, as this company as a focus on the traditional energy. It creates a lot of environmental protection and pollution concern by a lot of people. And in fact, I also saw the news that a lot of legal lawsuit to this company because of the negative impact to the environment. And the second bearish opinion, I think, is overall for this industry, as now we know a lot of the traditional energy are replaced by the solar or the wind technology, like the cleaner ones. So this traditional fossil fuel energy industry is definitely go the downstream in a very long term, and there will be one day after 100 years the oil and natural gas will be used up. I think it's probably because of this downturn and people are trying to discover new energy. That's also why in the past 5 years the stock price almost dropped like 50%. So to sum up, I'm currently very bullish about energy transfer stock, and I plan to buy some in this month before they pay out dividend next month. I think it can be a good swing trade if you are looking for some short-term entry, as I saw some bullish news that may bring the positive to the stock price. So yeah, that's a brief sharing about the ET stock. Please let me know your thoughts. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!